Oh yeah, we got him. Trey, and Maestro styles, you know we got one. Right back like we left something. We don't duck smoke, we want all of it. So line them up, Trey shot with the blade, you know we sizing it up. I'm quick to catch the fade, you know Styles making the cut. Cause we coming out clean every time that we showing up.
It's gonna be called The Barbershop.
What up, folks? Welcome back. It's a brand new episode of the Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. We are streaming live on our Facebook page, YouTube channel, on Instagram at Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast, also on Twitter at Barbershop SPOR2, and on our Twitch channel as well. It's the homie Trey Frazier and your boy Maestro Styles. What's popping, man? How we feeling?
Cool, man. How you?
I just need some positivity in my life right now.
Hey, man.
And let me rephrase that. And let me rephrase that. I need some positivity in my sports life right about now.
Hey, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Good. I'm here for a good time, not a long time, and I ain't got shit positive about your sports teams.
Oh, well, screw you. To start off the show. To start this off, man. Screw you.
Hey, first off, going into the bye week, shout out to the Pittsburgh Steelers going into the bye week 3-1. I make my conversation short because we won in a game that I didn't go into the game feeling super confident about. We won, and I still got issues. We played our most complete game and still found a way to look terrible in the fourth quarter and make it a game that it didn't have to be.
Yeah.
But a win is a win every day of the week. I'm gonna take a win while hopefully we get better and compete for something manageable. But again, my expectations are low. But a dub is a dub. And I'm gonna take that. I lost $25. I ain't gonna say I lost $25, but shout out to my man Dale Dada. He hit me Sunday morning. Was like, yeah, hit me with the friendly wage. I was like, yeah, bro, I'm not into giving to charity, so I didn't take the bet. And damn, I could have got me a little bit of money, but yeah, I flaked. I ain't gonna fake. I flaked.
Could have got a meal, man.
Yeah, I definitely could have got some chicken wings or something Sunday afternoon to go with my game, but we'll go with my football experience rather. But yeah,
America's best.
Yeah, man. But I mean, 3-1, top of the AFC North. For what it's worth, going into October, I'll take that for right now.
So about your game, all I'll say is Carson Wentz really sucks at football.
Like I saw you tweet that, but I don't feel like he played a terrible game neither.
I'm just watching and sure, yeah, he was able to kind of rally him back in the fourth quarter like you talked about, but I'm just talking about more so like the instincts and look, he's not as fast as he once was, when he was in Philly, when he was a league MVP candidate. He's not, quick like that, but I just think it's the internal clock in his head. It's like, dude, you got, about maybe 3 seconds before you really got to, take off or at least make something happen, bro. The throws, I mean, particularly the drive. I'm talking about them last couple drives there. Well, it's really the last drive because the drive before that one was where they did, cut it to 3 points.
Yeah.
But I'm just really looking at just the intangibles. It's like, dude, that. I mean, that whole drive, the final drive to at least make something happen, just wasn't working. And I get that they lost a couple of offensive
I
lineman
was
during
going to
that
say.
game to
I was
injury.
going to. Yeah, right.
So that did change, the complexity of what they were trying to do. Make no mistake about it. I mean, last week when they played Cincinnati, that was just more to me about not having Joe Burrow for that game, and a
And
little
the
less
Bengals
about
defense.
well, Cincinnati turned the ball over several different times.
Yeah,
Minnesota
I
was
think
able
that.
to capitalize on some turnovers, some short
Yeah.
fields. Who's the cat? Rogers had a field day last week.
Oh, Isaiah Rodgers. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Isaiah Rogers, I think he had a pick six or something like that, or
Yeah.
scoop and
I
score.
think he scored 2 touchdowns. I feel like. I don't.
Right,
Don't.
yeah,
Don't give me the
right.
line.
I just know he had a monster game on defense in terms of
Yeah.
scoring and stuff like that. So I didn't Minnesota. I mean, going into y'all's matchup, I kind of knew Minnesota was a slight favorite, but I wasn't fooled by Carson Wentz's performance. He played okay against Cincinnati. Um, in this game against y'all, it was really the first half where you saw the struggles and you kind of saw the old, you saw the Colts version of Carson Wentz. You kind of saw versions of that until that fourth quarter.
Yeah, well, I don't want to come in here thinking like my reasoning for not being confident was the Minnesota Vikings. To be honest with you, for me, it was more so how Pittsburgh had been playing than
Yeah.
it was how Minnesota was playing. For me, our defense looked like shit all year so far. And we
Mm-hmm.
didn't look. I mean, we looked a little bit better this week. Like I said, I feel like we played our most complete game this week. I mean, really all the way around. I mean, running game was good. Kenneth Gainwell had 130 total yards, 2 touchdowns.
A day for
We got
him for sure.
yeah, DK got but and especially because a lot of it was in the second half, fourth quarter. DK Metcalf, we finally got him going. Like we did some good
Mm-hmm.
things on offense and defense. On defense, even though like, again, I'm still not super pleased with defense, but we
Yeah.
did some good things, and I'm happy for that. Like all around, this was easily the best game we played all the way around in all three phases. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm off the hook and I'm ready to start being the inobjective fan. I haven't seen that type of play from the Steelers yet. But it was more about how we had been playing more than it was about what Carson Wentz did against Cincinnati. I don't believe Cincinnati, so I'm not certainly not going to
Sure. But
make
yeah,
that a thing.
which is why I wasn't surprised at the result from Sunday morning. I thought, if Minnesota, if Carson Wentz, I should say, if Carson Wentz had some issues with turnovers and things like that, then Pittsburgh was going to be in a position to take advantage of that. I mean, one thing the defense has got going for y'all is opportunistic turnovers, sacks, at the right
Yeah.
time. Um, I know the rankings. I was just looking at the rankings the other day, just defensively, and just looking at yards given up, points per game. I mean, y'all down there. I mean, with us in terms of just
Yeah.
defensive,
Yeah.
rankings. We're both our teams are right there with the Dallas Cowboys
Right. I
in
know.
terms of yards given up.
I know.
It's
I know.
it's crazy, man. But I guess a question for you: were you surprised to see Jalen Warren a healthy scratch?
No, it wasn't healthy though. He had
Oh,
he
he was
got
on the
sick.
injury report.
No. He
Oh,
was sick though. He was sick or something. I
oh,
forget
okay.
exactly what it was. Don't give me the line. He was not healthy though. He was not
Oh,
healthy.
okay.
He was not
Gotcha.
healthy. Yeah, he was not
Okay.
healthy.
So he was
Then
a
then
late scratch,
he
kind
was
of
a
like
late
a
scratch. Yeah, he was definitely a late
gotcha,
scratch. Yeah, he was definitely a late scratch. And then you
gotcha.
heard Thompson got jumped the night before.
Skylar Thompson, yeah, I heard about
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah. Prayers to the homie. Hopefully everything was copacetic there. But I was
yeah,
just thinking
yeah,
about when I first read that, I was thinking about when Green Bay and the Eagles went to Brazil last year and they had all that conversation about if you wear green in Brazil, you're liable to get jumped or whatever. So um, you know,
I didn't hear nothing about. I didn't read any articles. I just saw he got
mhm.
jumped and kind of left it at that. Um,
Yeah. Yep.
so I don't know. I don't know if there's any details as to what happened, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm sure
I
there's some details. I just didn't bother to
I
really go
didn't. Neither
into
did
it.
I. Neither did
I
I.
was
What I
just
mean, I
I was just like, yo, I hope dude's okay.
yeah,
Cause
sure. And
it's nothing. It's one thing to get jumped where you live at. It's another thing to get jumped in a place you have no idea where you're going, and
take your
you
ass
know,
home. Take your ass to
passports.
the hotel. Take your ass to the hotel, man.
Right, right. Passports is that's a thing. Like if dudes take your passport and stuff, you can't go home.
Right.
So I think about those things when you're doing international travel and all that. But yeah, happy to hear he's all right. And yeah, I mean y'all 3-1, and needless to say, um, the favorites to win the AFC North at this point, bro, because my team on Sunday, and I won't go into too many details. It was an ass whooping.
Yeah.
Just point blank, it was an ass whooping. Thankfully for me, like I talked about last week when we had Lexi on, my son's soccer game was at 5 o'clock, and we had to dip out at like 4 because we had to drive all the way to Annapolis for the game. And I peeped in every now and then because his game got delayed 30 minutes. So I said, let me check out maybe like the first quarter or something like that. And that first drive, they was doing what they was doing on the first drive. It's like, all right, okay, cool. Um, Everything else after that was just straight ass, man.
Belt the ass.
It
Straight
was
belt the ass.
it was just terrible. I said let me just focus on the soccer game. I've heard people was standing nearby talking about it. I'm trying to block that noise out and trying to focus on the game because my son's team, they've had a kind of a rough start to the season. One tie, two losses. They lost their game on Friday. Sunday they had a come from behind win. Came back from one goal down. And won 2-1. So I was happy for them and happy for him that they were able to get the first win of the season. So needless to say, I missed the majority of that game, but of course, scrolling through highlights, scrolling through people's comments, scrolling through the flocks comments and things like that. It's like, yep, okay. And then I guess the streets were saying at the time that Lamar quit. And my first reaction was like, I, I I know Lamar too well to.
You don't know that
That's not
nigga.
his game. Like that's not his mo. You know what I mean? But
You don't know that
the
nigga.
things, but the things people was saying and kind of pointing out, it was like, well, what was it? The end of the third quarter. The game was out of reach. I guess at that point it was like
Mm-hmm.
30-13, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, they probably felt like, hey, we're not going to get this one. Let's just be precautious, which is kind of hard to do, especially when you lose a Roquan Smith in the middle of a game. You lose Marlon Humphrey, you lose Nate Wiggins. So the injury list for the Ravens is long. It's a lengthy sheet right now. I'm hearing things that Lamar can miss 2 to 3 weeks. I'm hearing Roquan Smith can miss a couple of weeks. Marlon Humphrey looks like he's not going to play against the Texans on Sunday. So, in addition to what we were already missing with Matabike now gone for the year, and I hope everything is well with him because he's got a neck injury, and you don't play around when it comes to the neck. So, hopefully his career is not over. But in addition to that, the injury list is really, really long for this team. And I think I can say it right now. And I know we kind of talked about it a little bit shortly last week.
Mm-hmm.
This team is not a Super Bowl team right now.
Yeah.
It's not. It's just not a Super Bowl team right now. This has the feelings of 2015 where we started off slow, we was 0-3, and then the injury started happening, and we ended up finishing 5-11. This has the feelings of it. I think the only thing that could save this team right now is getting some guys back, which our bye week is coming up. Texans next week, and then Rams after that, and then the bye week. Get some guys healthy, come back, and then the schedule starts to soften up. So I think those are the things that's gonna save us. And if we can't get through that stretch and kind of come out of the back end of that pause, then I just don't see it. I mean, wild card team, maybe, but okay. What have I been saying all summer? I don't care what y'all do between now and the end of December. I'm more concerned about what y'all gonna do when it's time to when it's time to put the big boy pants on in January. I don't care for what you're doing in the regular season. I know you're gonna win about 11, 12 games, but right now with the way y'all looking, defense is some shit. And look, even if those guys come back, it's still not going to prove that the defense is fixed because the defense was trash with these players for about 3 weeks now. So it's about scheme with this defense. Something schematically has got to change there, and they got to get players back healthy. So that's where I'm at.
Damn, man, I wasn't expecting you to essentially say that the Super Bowl is over for y'all in week 5. Even
You
though
think I was?
yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Because here's the thing for me, man. Here's the thing, and it's still early. All the proverbial things.
Of course.
But in 5 weeks, you've lost to 3 big dogs in the league.
Yep. Arguably the top 5 teams. Arguably
right.
in the top 5. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We agree there.
You lost to all of them. And you've lost to all of them and came out with injuries. Yeah. Like that Nate Wiggins injury when he tried to hit Pacheco and I don't know if it was his arm, his shoulder.
I didn't see the play.
I know you didn't. But that play there was like, ugh. Yeah. I don't cheer injuries. I'm not that type of person. But I looked at like, this is so symbolic to what their season is so far. I am going to painfully say that this is really going to be a competition between Pittsburgh and Baltimore for the division, but not because just because on paper what y'all are and on paper what we are. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be a tighter race than I kind of projected for my team.
We got to see what's going to happen between now and the first matchup, which I think is December 5th or something like that around there. So yeah.
How would you feel going into the bye? Rams and the Texans, you said in the next 2 weeks.
Yep.
You feeling 2-4, 1-5? How you feeling? Or 3 and what's the record?
3-3.
3-3. Thank you.
It would be 3-3. I mean,
if you want both, but
the realistic record would really be 2-4. I mean, bravo for the Texans, getting the first dub of the season, but you playing a Titans team where Cam Ward is calling the team ass. Like, I don't think the Texans are back yet. What's that?
Yeah, that's honest.
Oh yeah, no disagreement there.
Yeah, Titans is ass.
No disagreement. It just kind of proves the point that if you a Texans fan, I wouldn't necessarily say, hey, we're back on the map here. I think the Texans still have some issues with protections and their offense. So I think combined with our injuries, knowing who we're not going to have for the next 2 weeks, and knowing who we're going up against, I still expect to beat the Texans with Cooper Rush at quarterback. The Rams is going to be a gauntlet, and shout out to them on a last minute win against the Colts. Shout out to them. But it's like you talked about with those other 3 teams we played. I mean, you probably could put the Rams right in that conversation.
right under that upper
If
echelon.
if they're not top five, they're definitely six for sure.
Yeah, they're in that second tier. Yeah, they're in that second
Right,
tier.
right. So that's
Are
gonna
you
be tough.
prepared? Are you prepared to now put the Ravens in this second tier of good teams in the NFL?
I mean, they're there for now.
Okay.
I mean, with the injuries
I
and the
mean,
way we
I'm talking
started the
about
season,
yeah, I'm about the way you started the season.
th-
Yeah, like
yeah, they're there right now. They are there. And I alluded to it. Looking at these defensive stats, and I mean, an argument could literally be made that our defense is worse than the Dallas Cowboys defense.
mm,
It is an argument that could be
yeah,
the case, and we know Dallas's defense is trash right
right,
now.
right.
So um, something got to change, man.
Or it don't.
Something got to
Or
change.
don't. Look, man, Pittsburgh has had it hard for years, man. I wouldn't mind an easy division championship and a playoff, at least a playoff win. That's what we brought Aaron Rodgers here for, right? To get a playoff win.
Y'all went all in. I mean, y'all got Jalen Ramsey and DK Metcalf
And
and
he hurt for he hurt his hamstring. He played a joke like, oh, I hurt my
Ramsey.
hamstring. Ramsey, yeah, he played a joke
Mm,
after the fumble got called back,
yeah,
acting like he hurt his hamstring. He fuck around, and really pulled his hamstring
yeah,
somewhere in the third, fourth quarter. I said,
karma,
man, the karma. Anybody saying ain't that a bitch?
karma. Because I really thought he heard it on the return for the touchdown that got called back.
I
Right?
did
Didn't
for a
that get?
second. Yeah, it got called back because the running back, I forget his name right now, Mason,
He was out
was
of
out of he
bounds
was
when
out
he
of
touched the
bounds and he
ball.
touched the ball right. Yeah, so they
Hmm.
called it back. And
Yep.
this game could have got uglier. We had a couple of things that didn't really go our way, but I digress.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. At the end of the day, man, the Ravens are in trouble. And but hey, if you think for a second, I'm going to gloat. Nah, go ahead and be
Hey, look.
trash this
Hey, have
year.
at it, bro. Have at it,
I ain't
man.
not. I
Yeah.
mean, look, I ain't got no trash to talk. You being so objective, it's hard for me to talk shit to you when you agree with me and you being objective. And I
We
think
got.
it's
Hey, we got an ass kick, man. Like,
the
what am I
best
supposed
thing
to
that
come on
happened.
here and I'm
No,
supposed
the
to come
best
on
thing that
here and act
happened.
like?
Let me say it different. The worst thing that happened for this podcast this week is that you had Nate's game. That's the worst thing that happened
Mm,
because I feel like I mean I was almost chomping at the bits until I remembered that you weren't gonna be able to see the game like that.
yeah.
Like for
Right.
you to come in with a ridiculous take like you did last week. And I'm not here to bring up another conversation. I'm just here to say I was chomping at it because I'm like, bet we gonna argue again. We gonna have a excited and excited and entertaining podcast
Mm.
because. But then I was like, yeah, he's not watching the game, and I even saw on Twitter like, yeah, you're clearly not watching. Like you're not watching the game at all. You're not ignoring your son. Like you're just being a good
Yeah.
dad and shit as
Nah,
opposed to watching
that was
football.
pivotal.
Yeah.
That was Sunday's soccer game was pivotal. They had to get their first win. So, um,
Yeah, I mean,
so yeah.
I respect it from you the man. I do not
Yo,
respect it from Trey the podcaster.
I'll be honest with you though, and I wanted to do this at the top of the show. I wanted to give a quick shout out to Chris and Maul for their 200th episode
Yeah,
last
shout out to
night,
them.
and they was cool enough to let us come in for an hour and talk some sports and stuff. Um, if for folks that are listening and don't know, so Chris is a Chiefs fan, and
Yeah,
the other guest that they had on with us last night
is
is a Chiefs fan also. And
it,
I thought
Mac.
they were gonna get to what's that?
No, I was saying shout out to Mac.
Oh, okay, yeah, D-Mac, I think was his name.
Yeah,
Um, I thought they were gonna get to the Ravens and Chiefs game, while we was on, which was kind of surprising. And I kept looking at the clock, and I told the fellas beforehand, I said, hey, I probably got an hour on here, so and they was cool with it, but we was talking college football, which is cool. WNBA, a little bit of NBA, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm not gonna be able to
Hey
speak my
man.
piece with these guys. So that was a bit. I would say that was a bit disappointing about last night not being able to rap about the game with them. Being their Chiefs fans and I'm a Ravens fan, but shout out to them. They over there doing their thing. Congrats on 200
Congrats.
episodes.
Congrats.
We certainly know what it's like to put in the work, with your brethren and just kick it. So yeah, I was surprised that we didn't even get to that topic last night and stuff. So because I certainly wasn't avoiding it. I just let folks out there know I don't duck the smoke. So I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, yeah.
It is what it is. It is what
Hey,
it is, man.
I'm happy. I'm happy for you, man. Um,
For what? What you happy for me for?
because you didn't have to go through it, man. Like your mental health is good because you didn't have to see that ass whooping. That they
Well,
Derek, I'm
that well
sorry,
that
bro.
part, that part.
Yeah, because Derek Henry, man, Derek Henry. I saw
Four
inter
carries
D
in the first half. Yeah, no, it's unacceptable.
eight carries total, and
Unacceptable.
the
Unacceptable.
I saw D. I saw D. Shout out to D. I seen her on IG like around halftime, and
Hmm.
and she was like, she brought up an interesting question. Like, what did Derrick Henry do to y'all, man? Like, what did he do to y'all? It almost seems
Or like a
intention.
punishment or something.
Yeah, like it seems intentional at this stage of the game. It seems intentional.
Hmm.
Um, I leave it there. I leave it there out for the peoples that what I'm saying. Maybe some news will come out in a week or something. But it seems intentional. It just doesn't make sense.
Like
It
it's like it's
doesn't.
like it's punishment for the fumbles or something
It yeah.
crazy like that. But
It
still,
yeah.
no. Like no,
It
it's
don't make sense.
unacceptable.
It
It's
doesn't
it,
make
it's
sense, bro.
it's unacceptable. I mean, got my girl Rita out here, crashing out on Facebook Live and and all this stuff. Like it's not good. It's not good for people's health,
Yeah,
man. It's
that's
just
that.
not it's not good.
Hey man, yeah, nah, y'all got belt to ass. You hear me? Belt to ass. They y'all yeah. All right, I want twist the knife. And in other news,
Go
man.
ahead. I mean, go ahead. Look, I
I mean,
mean,
look, it's not fun to twist the knife if you didn't see the
my,
game
my
and so
right.
your mental
Look,
health is fine. It's not
look.
fun. It's not
My
fun
my
for me.
my sports like aura is miserable right now. Like,
Yeah,
and
yeah. I don't want to hear you sulk. Like, god damn, man, have some damn pride. It's October.
what you mean?
It's just October, man. It's not fun. It's not fun to make fun. It's not fun to make fun.
In regard to the NFL season, you mean?
Yeah,
Or
no. It's not
okay,
fun to make
okay,
fun of your
okay,
team when you
okay,
feel like already in October is basically over as far as Super Bowl's aspirations.
okay. But
And
so
I
so
agree with you. I'm just talking. I'm just telling you how I feel.
so when I say like my sports aura is miserable,
I
I'm
know it's
talking
got.
about
I know all the. I get that. I
I'm talking
get
about
that.
more than one team.
I get that. I do get that. I only care about one team right now, though.
No, sure. This is about me right now.
Yeah, I
Okay,
mean, is it?
this is about me right now because they didn't let go of my basketball coach in the W for whatever reason. I have no idea. Women wins a championship last year, and then you want to fire her because they didn't get out the first round. Like I thought the championship is supposed to be some kind of grace. You know, I thought that was a thing. Hey, the chip gives you a few more years to maybe get it right. Like I don't get that part. You know,
I
and
mean,
the
it
Yan-
seemed
and
like that's
I,
what they do in New York.
well, I'm not even comparing that to Tibbs. I'm not even comparing that
But it
situation to
is
Tibbs right
compare.
now.
But it is kind of comparable. Kind of.
No, it's not at all. I think it's a little compare. Let me take that back. It's a little
Thank you.
comparable.
It's a little
It's
comparable.
it's a little comparable, and I did tweet about this, by the way. I did tweet that once it happened, I said, you know what? I think I'll take the approach a little bit the same way I did with Tibbs. It was a shocking firing. Tibbs firing was shocking. Sandy's firing was shocking as well. But the big difference here is that Sandy won a championship just literally last year,
I mean,
and already we're making changes.
obviously that is the major difference between what happened with Slim and
Yes.
with the Liberty and Thibodeau.
Yeah.
But it's like we won't argue. You said it's a little comparable. We agree that is kind of comparable. It's no reason. It's no reason you had never been to that plateau. It's the same conversation. You've never been to that plateau
Mm-hmm.
the year before, and then you decide because you didn't get to the next step or repeat in the Liberty's case,
Mm-hmm.
that they don't deserve that grace anymore. As if this team, this coach or these coaches didn't put you in position to have the success that you have. And like you said, they had injuries. They had injuries with the Liberty.
Mm-hmm.
It Shaw,
But
what
I
was it?
thought,
Shaw?
but I thought that they could flip the switch at some point. Like if they got everybody back, and it was the 5 seed, and look, if you just get in, and if you could flip the switch, look, you're gonna get that respect. And they won game one, and then they blew the doors off us in game two when Stewie sprained the MCL. So but that was that. I mean, I even said, look, the season's a failure. The way this season ended, it was certainly a failure, but I wasn't expecting the coach to be let go or not, have her contract renewed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Are you as understanding of this firing as you were seemingly understandable about the Thibodeau firing?
no, I'm not
You're
understanding
not
at all
understandable at
about
all.
this.
Okay.
No, like
Okay.
I said, and you said it, the major difference here is that she brought the championship to New York. That's the major difference here.
Mm-hmm.
With Tibbs, it's really just it was shocking. Nobody expected it, but at the same time, when you look at and you hear some of the reasons and you look at some of the things, it's like, okay, I understand. But if it was me, I would have bought Tibbs back. But I understand. With Sandy, I don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
I,
But look,
I
man,
don't get it. I don't get it.
you probably get Witherspoon now. I mean, huh?
That's the wish. That's on the wish list. And if they can find a way to, trade for Angel Reese, I'd be perfect with that. Because Angel, you know how Angel feel about Teaspoon now.
No, I don't know how she feels about Teaspoon.
Well, when they let her go last year, Angel expressed how disappointed she was
Mm-hmm.
that she got fired.
Gotcha.
After her first year and stuff.
Gotcha.
So and
Gotcha.
and then she also expressed how she was very instrumental with her development and stuff like that. So um, she expressed it in a certain way. So this is why I say
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
she's pretty close with her and stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of really my wish list here. So um I I'm just sitting here thinking, bro, and look, I know you don't care about baseball and all this stuff. I'm not about to have a 10-minute diatribe on baseball here,
But
but
you made it your business to hang that goddamn Yankee blanket up.
oh, it's been home.
I mean, yeah, true. You moved
I
the
just slid
camera. Yeah,
myself
yeah.
over here.
You know what I mean? God damn it.
I just slid myself over here, but and they down 2-1 right now. But I, I was thinking about this. All of my teams could literally fire their coaches within a year. Tibbs got let go. They just let go of Sandy. If the Yankees don't do something, I mean, you can make the case they could fire Boone.
Hmm.
And this Raven season, if it goes bad, and the noise is loud.
Yes, the noise is loud.
The noise
Yes,
on Harbaugh is
the
louder
noise
than
is
it's ever
loud.
been.
I agree there. I do agree there.
Yeah,
The noise is definitely loud. Now, do I
and
think they would really seriously fire John Harbaugh after this season? I guess it depends on how bad it goes. It's only October. Like
mm-hmm,
if they miss the playoffs, they lose. They win. And I'm not predicting this. They win 6 games, 7
mm-hmm,
games. Is that a
mm-hmm.
fireable offense in your eyes?
Yeah, it is.
Mm.
It is. you can't hide from expectations.
You can't. That's true, but you wouldn't scapegoat and fire Zach Orr first.
Um, I thought about it, and I said, you know what? If they did do it, then yes, I would be fine with it.
And
Um,
and and to be honest
yeah.
with you,
Mm-hmm.
you know, prisoner of the moment. Shit, I fired Monken too. Before I fired Harbaugh, I fired both of them coordinators.
Um, I
Prisoner
don't
of
know.
the moment. But I stand
I
on. But
don't
I
know about the
stand on.
Monken thing. I can't. I think the only thing you can charge Monken with right now is the lack of touches for Derrick Henry. That's the only
That's like
thing
I
you
said,
can.
prisoner of the moment. That's what I
Yeah.
mean by prisoner of the moment.
Right.
Prisoner
Right.
of the
Right.
moment for certain. But certainly, this isn't the first time we've had this conversation about Monken not giving Henry the ball
Of
because we
course.
talked about this last year, and you was the person that brought that stat to me. Like I said, that's why I was so passionate about the argument last week. Because it's like,
Of
bro, this
course.
is what you said.
Of course.
But yeah, no.
It's a bad look. I would say this. It's a bad look to let go of the offensive coordinator before the defensive
I agree
coordinator.
with that. I say that, but I would say let them. I would if I in here I am trying to put
Mm-hmm.
my Ravens GM hat on again. If I was them, I would definitely fire, excuse me, both coordinators before I fired the John Harbaugh.
That's interesting.
I would,
Boy,
I
you
would put my stock in John Harbaugh before I put my stock in them coordinators. And I mean, to be honest, now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, you fire John Harbaugh, you probably fire both coordinators anyway.
yeah, and that's
Yeah,
what I was going to get to.
yeah,
Harbaugh goes, both of those guys most likely go
yeah,
as well. I think you're in the minority when it comes to you put more value to Harbaugh than you do the coordinators, and I think it's just more so from the standpoint that you know both these guys are they're supposed to know their craft. Monken is an offensive, is offensive mind. Zach Orr is supposed to be a defensive mind. Harbaugh is, he was a special teams coordinator in Philly before he got the job. Now,
yeah. But
his
he a head coach
role
now.
on what's that?
I said, but at this stage of the game, we can't. I mean, we talking about 18, 20 years ago when he was in Philly. Yeah.
Sure. But I'm just more so referring to his role, like when it comes to this team.
Okay.
It's really about making sure the locker room is straight. It's about making sure your coaches on your staff know what they're doing. If you see something you don't like, it's your job to be like, hey, yo, why are we not giving Derrick Henry more carries here? Like you see how this game is going, y'all. Or he has input on the defense, like, hey, yo, I don't like how we're not putting pressure on this particular down. Hey, I think we need to send more heat when it comes to these sets of down, like things like that. And it just don't seem like we're seeing that out of Harbaugh. I mean, the evidence is there. I mean, 4 carries in the first half. It's
Yeah.
like, yo, why are you not pulling your coordinator to the side and saying, yo, give this man the damn ball? We are down 2-3 scores right now. What is going on here?
It feel
You
like
know,
Justice Hill got more touches than Derrick Henry Sunday. I don't know.
he
I got to
definitely
step.
played more snaps than him.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the stat that kept floating around radio
Okay,
all
yeah,
day yesterday. Was that
yeah.
he
It
did get
felt
more
that way.
snaps?
It felt that way. Once the game
Mm-hmm.
kind of got out of hand, I muted the game and went on to do something else. But it definitely felt like, damn, like Justice Hill is getting more burn than Derrick Henry right now.
Yeah, that's a wild thing, man. That's
That's a wild thing.
criminal, man. But hey, they are what they are. It's their fault. Interested to see how they're gonna dig themselves out of this one. But
Or not.
the bye week can't come at a greater time
Yeah.
than a couple of more weeks from now. So
Did
we'll
they
see.
did moving on? Did
Yeah.
Russell
Wilson retire? Is that what happened?
Mm, I didn't see that. You
I saw
breaking
that.
news?
No, I saw. I thought. Okay, maybe I'm tripping. I swore I saw that earlier last week.
I think you got
And
fooled. I think you got fooled by an
okay,
account, like
okay, okay.
because
It's happened before.
because now that I think about it, I think I did see like Russell Wilson's like face, and then it said
14
retirement on the end
years
there or
and oh
something like
yeah,
that.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
guess
think
I mean it makes sense because I ain't seen nothing since then. So yeah, yeah, it makes
yeah,
sense.
I
Yeah,
think he
because
got pulled there.
I couldn't wait. I ain't gonna lie to you though. What the
Mhm.
reason why when I saw it, I kind of cheesed because it was like I told y'all it's been washed for. He was washed when I saw him in the second half in Pittsburgh. I was like, well, you can go ahead and retire, bro. You can go ahead and retire. Ain't no need
hmm
for you to do this no more. But he was definitely benched for Jackson Dart.
Yes, yes,
No,
and a
no,
good way to this. Yeah,
huh?
I said no, and that's a good segue into
Yeah,
Chargers versus
yeah.
Giants.
I was going there one way or the other for sure. But
Mm.
yeah, nah, Jackson Dart started against the Chargers, and it's not like he had this amazing game where I think like maybe 175 yards thrown and a touchdown. But
Hmm.
just moxie, not just throwing the deep ball and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Just doing
Right.
just those minor things that showed up big in a big win against the Chargers.
Yeah.
That's a good win.
Upset
That's a
win.
good win. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good win.
A
That's a good
solid,
win.
a solid first start for Jackson Dart. The first I did see the first drive of that game. Um, I thought his decision making was okay. I thought his ability to escape the pocket and ability to run, and he scored that touchdown on the first drive. I got to be honest with you, man. Right before that game started, I was saying to myself, "Yo, am I missing something here? Like the Chargers should be on upset alert here. Like
Mm.
no one knows who Jackson Dart is. They've never seen him on tape or on NFL tape anyway. This Giants defense is one of the better defenses in the league, despite how you feel about the entire team as a totality.
Yeah.
And the Chargers are playing 1 o'clock on the East Coast. They're not, you know, all that accustomed to that. So it had the makings of an upset alert, upset special type of situation here. So I'm kind of like dag, like I should have seen this
You
coming a
should have
little
seen it
bit.
coming, right? Yeah.
But in fairness, the Chargers lost the tackle in that game.
Joe Alt.
Yep.
And I think when we made picks, they hadn't announced Jackson Dart was starting. I don't think they had.
They did not. I
Yeah.
think it was the following day where they made the
Yeah.
switch there.
Right.
So
Right.
no, I take that back because I think we did picks. I did say that Dart was going to get the start against the Chargers.
Oh, okay.
now that I
Okay.
recall that, yeah, we knew that.
All right.
We
Well,
knew that for sure.
I still wouldn't. I mean, hindsight 2020, I still wouldn't have picked the Giants to get that game.
Hmm.
But shout out to the Giants, man. Congrats on their first win.
Yeah,
But
sucks for Malik Neighbors though.
I
Yeah,
because I was sitting here thinking about it when we was talking Ravens. I was trying to remember who the second receiver was that had a leg injury, and it was
yeah,
Malik Neighbors. And look, the thing about and obviously get well soon, dominant receiver in the league, all the things. Oddly enough, I think Jackson Dart will be okay because he don't even know what life is with Malik Neighbors per se. You know what I'm saying?
that's true.
You know
That's
what I'm
true.
saying?
Hmm. Hmm.
I think he'll be fine as far as development and playing playing the game. Obviously, you want to have the
Yep.
weapon on the field, but I think he'll be okay because he doesn't miss Malik Neighbors. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? He
and
had an
it's
experience.
gonna force Brian Dayball to actually coach the offense. And it's no shade to Brian Dayball, but now you don't have to worry about trying to make sure your star receiver gets the ball, gets 15, 16 targets. Now you can focus on, okay, I can spread the ball around. Scatterbo, I thought had a pretty good, solid game as well. He's starting to get some carries under his feet and things like that, even without a Tyrone Tracy being in the lineup. And I don't know when he's going to come back, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they would like to get him, on the field as soon as possible because he could certainly help out the cause there. But yeah, give Wandale Robinson additional targets. Give Darius Slayton additional targets. All these other guys. Spread the ball around. Offense will be a little more efficient. He don't know what he know. Jackson, that
Yeah,
is. He don't
yeah,
know what he know. It's a wait and see at this point. I think if you're a Giants fan, I think you got to be excited about what you saw on Sunday, and I think you got to be excited to look forward to what's next. They get the Saints this coming weekend,
yeah,
so there's
yeah.
opportunity to build the confidence up against the Saints. So
Yeah, no, that should be a W. That should be a
it
W.
should be.
Yeah,
It
it
should be.
should be right.
But we've seen stranger things, happen in the league here. So hopefully we get Maestro back on here. His camera kind of cut off. Oh,
No,
there he is.
yeah.
There.
You good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
No, I gotta figure out how to cut that FaceTime off on my laptop.
Oh,
That's
okay.
I was getting a call and it's like people.
Got you. Yeah, let me just a quick shout out here. I didn't want to lose this cat, Lequan Colbert, right there,
What up?
and
What up?
Facebook Live chat right there.
Steelers
Appreciate you.
Nation, here we go.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Look, quite to answer your question, I don't feel nothing about the Steelers. I'm a fan. I'm happy that we are 3-1 and on top of the division, but we are not playing our best football right now. And I would be lying to you to sit here and be like, oh, be so excited. We're not playing our best offense. We're not playing our best defense. We're not playing our best special teams. We played our most complete game of the season this past week, and applaud for that.
Yep.
But to sit here and act like after 4 weeks I'm happy with them, or I feel like we're gonna overachieve possibly this year. I don't feel that way. I'm right where I was when I started the season, probably 10-7, 11-6 at best, and we'll see about getting a wild card, a wild card win.
What's more disappointing? The Cowboys and the Packers tying at 40 to 40,
You said
or
what's
is it
more?
Green Bay? What's more disappointing? Is it the
Um,
Cowboys side of things, or is it the Green Bay side of things?
um, well, it can't be the Cowboys. The truth, I mean, the Cowboys, and more specifically, Dak Prescott in that offense,
Mm-hmm.
played a hell of a game, and
Yeah.
I can't believe that I didn't see that coming.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not
Yeah.
because Dallas is so good, or because the pack, the Dallas is so good, or just the whole rivalry thing. Like, if you think for a second that, and obviously Michael Parsons has respect for the players. Dak Prescott, you saw him
Yep.
embracing with Trayvon Diggs and all that. I'm not talking
Mm-hmm.
about that, but if you think for a second that Jerry Jones wasn't in that locker room every single day of the week, talking about you niggas better get y'all shit together. I better not get embarrassed. All
Mm-hmm.
those, something,
Yeah.
something of that ilk.
Yeah.
You got another thing coming. Like, I don't think this is going to be I think the Dallas Cowboys came to play because they understood the media stakes that were going to be up if they got dogged.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, Jerry Jones, instead of having to answer to questions about, man, you miss Michael Parsons, it's like he was out there talking about, see, now without Michael Parsons, we were able to compete with that team we traded him to. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, outside of that last play, he wasn't super
Yeah,
effective.
but let's keep it gully though,
Well,
and
that
and, and I
we
get it.
know we know it's bullshit. Let's be clear.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
know
Like,
it's
what are we doing?
bullshit. We know it's bullshit. I'm not saying it's not bullshit. I'm just
Yeah,
saying I could, when we called this game, and we called
yeah.
the game. We said Dallas was going to get smoked,
Yep.
and but I didn't. But if I had been thinking about it and had time to think about it, I would have, like, yo. Of course, Jerry Jones would have his team ready. Of course, Jerry Jones was
Hmm.
probably out there threatening to fire niggas if they
Leave it to
got dog.
Jerry. Leave it
Yeah,
to
like,
Jerry to
he
make a
was.
game interesting.
I you it's no he was probably out there threatening niggas jobs. let me lose, let me lose by 2 touchdowns. See somebody don't get fired. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was probably in
Mm-hmm.
there going crazy. In there, like he was probably in there going crazy. Like nigga, I better not lose in here. Nigger, I better not lose this fucking game. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised if it was happening in the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be
On the
surprised if it was
sideline,
happening. Yeah, I was like, hey, what are we doing? Like,
he in the
hey,
booth.
yeah,
he
like
on the
nigga, I'm about to
he got
fire
the
somebody.
headset on. He got
Yeah,
the
like
headset on with the mic.
nigga, I'm about to fire somebody. Like, y'all better hey, you better get me out of this game right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, true. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't think about that. But shout out to the Cowboys, man. They played a hell of a game, man. And you know, I can't. I want to say shout out to the Packers, but I can't because this should have been an
Nah,
ass whooping. This should have been an ass.
nah.
On paper,
Green,
this should have been an ass whooping.
nah. Green Bay, nah. I'm disappointed in Green Bay, to be
Yeah,
honest
for
with you.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, after what they did last week against Cleveland, you come into this spot where you beat the Cowboys, right? Like the last several trips y'all
You've
made in that
owned the
stadium,
Cowboys.
y'all they own them, they own them, and to come out like that. Let me not like because I'm seeing Micah on the sideline quite a bit. Like, am I reading into that too much? Because I'm noticing certain plays, and I'm like, yo, why is he on the bench? Like, why is he not out there? And I felt like I've been seeing it a lot more and more throughout the game. So, is it just like passing down situations? Is it, you know,
I don't pretend that. I know for certain when they
mm,
played Detroit week 1, he was really only coming out on passing downs.
yeah,
But that was
yeah,
week 1. That was week.
right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Getting acclimated to the defense and
just got there. That type
yeah,
of thing. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm,
I didn't. I would have to check the snap count from this past game to give you an accurate answer. But
mm-hmm,
I know I know they do rotate him. That based on
right,
the Detroit guy, I know they do rotate him. He's not
mm-hmm,
an every down linebacker, which it right there sounds a little crazy when I said it again out loud. Micah Parsons is not an every down linebacker. It's crazy.
that's wild. That's
Yeah,
wild.
yeah, that's absolute crazy. Like who you putting in on running downs? Like what are we doing?
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy.
That nigga's
But
making $47 million.
right, but shout out to specifically George Pickens because I had this on my mind as I was watching the game Sunday night, and I said, "Yo, this is the great opportunity for
Yeah.
George Pickens to really go off in this game." And I think CD's going to miss several more weeks. Hey, George, this is your time, man. Like this is your contract year. This
Yeah.
is that time to turn up and get that big contract that you've been waiting for. So,
Because let's be clear, Dallas ain't gonna give it to you.
yeah, facts.
Yeah,
So
Dallas is not gonna give it to you.
this is the opportunity. This is the great opportunity for him
But
to
it's like,
shine.
but it's like I said when he was traded to Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have 3 or 4 games where he go all the way off. Now I thought it was gonna
Mm-hmm.
be more so because people was gonna be locked in on CD Lamb and not because he was the only number one option there. But
Right.
he's gonna have at least 3 or 4 more games where he turned up because George Pickens is that type of talented wide
Yeah.
receiver. It's just about what he's going to do when he's not getting those numbers, like the the on the field behavior. It's
Mm-hmm.
just a matter of what he's going to do around that time. But I mean, everybody know if you've seen him play football that he's a number one receiver, and
Yeah.
whatever happened in Pittsburgh happened in Pittsburgh. I'm more inclined to believe it's because we didn't have a quarterback, and that was more the issue than any. That's the reason why he was cutting up. But I mean, you
Right.
haven't seen a whole bunch of nonsense out of him in Dallas, and I know it's been early, but you haven't
Mm-hmm.
seen a whole bunch of on the field antics or
Yeah. It's
none
been
of that
quiet for the
stuff.
most part.
It's been quiet, and
Mm-hmm.
Dak Prescott is easily better than any quarterback he's had to deal with in since he's been in the
Yep.
league, and
Yep.
it appears early on that he's respecting that like, oh, I might really get the ball and get an opportunity to cook for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
He's in a great situation right now with
So what I but
especially
what
with
I
CD
do
being out.
Right. What I do fear though is that when he gets that contract on another team, I hope they don't send him to another team that don't throw that's with a bum quarterback, because
Right.
he's gonna be right back in the same situation he was in Pittsburgh.
That's true. And look, I mean, maybe it's about the money for him. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's he wants a championship. Maybe it's the other way around. But
Nah,
right
it's
now,
a. I think for him, just listening to I've heard him talk a couple of times.
mhm,
He just want to play good. He just want to get fair, like most receivers do. They want to get the ball, and they want
yep,
to get the ball to where they want to get the ball, where they can change games. And we didn't. We in Pittsburgh, we didn't give him that. We didn't give him an opportunity to do what he do.
yeah,
Dak Prescott is the best opportunity he's going to have right now to do what he do. So I hope he turns that into the money he want to get.
right. Speaking quickly of wide receivers, what you think about this AJ Brown stuff that's been coming out?
Um, I mean, I'm not all the way abreast to it. I know he posted basically about not getting the ball, essentially, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
we know. I mean, we know this ain't nothing new. This is it's wide receiver shit. I mean, like, I don't know the exact tweets. I just know that it was. I knew it was about him not getting the ball. I mean, what
mm-hmm.
you for? What you doing? I mean, at this stage of the
4-0.
game,
We 4-0.
you're 4-0. Like,
Yeah,
it just is what it is. This is a run first team. This is a team that want to play in the trenches. I mean, I saw the other day that now they got a fake brotherly shove that, and because everybody got to respect the brotherly shove,
mm-hmm.
Saquon damn near moonwalked into the end zone on that play.
Yeah,
So it's just like,
yeah.
what do you want? I'm sorry that it had to be you, but bro, you got a ring behind it, and you getting $25 million a year. What you
Yeah,
play your
I
role
mean,
until it's time not to? I'm
right,
sorry.
right. The Eagles won't do this, but if they came out and said we trading AJ Brown mid-season, um, I think that would still shock some folks.
Yeah,
Only
man.
because for me, I don't think they're gonna do it,
It would
but
shock everybody, by the way.
I'm sure somebody in Philly is pontificating that conversation.
I think they'd be doing that foolishly. Look, man,
Sure,
it's
and it
4
would be for
weeks.
clicks, and it would be for
Yeah,
clicks.
it's 4 weeks in. It's 4 weeks in. The team
Hmm.
is undefeated, and
Yep.
at some point, people are going to say, "Hey, we need to stack the box." And
Right.
when it's time, and when the box gets stacked, that's when AJ Brown and Devontae Smith are going to eat. Like
Right.
we know how this
Yeah.
goes. Like
Are
we
the
know,
Eagles boring on
yeah,
offense? Yes, they are. It is what it is, but y'all getting dubs in the process.
yeah,
Y'all the defending
man.
champs.
We
Yep.
know how
Hey, AJ,
we
you
know
be
how to
alright,
share.
man.
You be alright, man. Go on. I mean,
You-
you got it right. I guess everybody got social media now. It's like an opinion having an opinion is like having an asshole. Everybody got one. We know, man. We know you mad. You was mad last year. Like, nigga, read a
Right.
book. Read a book, my
Right.
nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on,
Yeah.
you ain't gotta do this. I mean, but get your shit off, man. It's much ado about nothing for real.
Yeah.
Much ado about
For real.
nothing. And also we didn't say, but I don't want to forget to say,
Yep.
get well soon to Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Brutal injury. He's out for the rest of the year, to my understanding.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, get well, man. Get well soon.
So
That's a tough spot and a tough age for him to have that type of injury, man. But we wishing
yeah.
all the best. We wishing all the best.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Cause I mean, we were having conversations about possibly the Chiefs maybe trading to get Tyree Hill back because of the problems that the Chiefs were having on offense. And by the
Boy,
way, not
they ain't had them
not
problems Sunday. That's for sure.
not well. I was just gonna
I know.
say not to bring the Chiefs conversation back up again, but I'm on my timeline. I'm seeing a lot of the Chiefs are back. We never left and blah blah blah. It- I think I got to calm down a little bit. Yes, getting Xavier Worthy was helpful, getting them back. But I think y'all gotta wait another couple weeks before we can really say this offense for the Chiefs is back. Okay.
I mean,
Y'all played the
but we can
worst
keep,
defense in the league.
but also keep it a buck, man. It's not like we've been saying the Chiefs' offense is the Chiefs' offense for the past 2 years. I mean, I think you've been saying it for 2 years that the Chiefs right now, their defense is the stronger unit than their offense.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Oh, for
so I mean,
sure.
so I don't look. We're not at that stage no more where we're talking about the Chiefs' offense over the Chiefs' defense. That you've been convincing me for the past 2 years this is more of a defensive team, and that Patrick Mahomes, while he knows how to turn it up if he has to,
Yeah.
he's more towards like, all right, let me chill, let me run the ball more. We don't have a stud wide receiver for real. So we gonna win the game through defense and time of possession.
Right.
So that's what they've been doing for the past 2 years, and they've still been obviously still been a good team. But they had we're not talking about that powerhouse defense like back in 2019 or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Like
No,
we
I
like
got you.
those days was gone anyway. And the Tyreek Hill coming back, I don't think would have. Well, maybe it would have. Maybe it would have. I
I
ain't
think
gonna
it
lie.
would have.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
maybe
I
it
think
would
it
have.
would have.
Maybe it would
If
have.
you put
Yeah.
him with Xavier Worthy, yeah,
And
I
then
think it
and
certainly
then
would
and
have.
then and then Rashi Rice is coming back at some point.
Right.
So
Right. Yeah.
that
So
is so that that
yeah.
that that probably would have been a problem. That probably would have been a
I'll just
problem.
say this to my fellow Chiefs fans. I will just say this: y'all got y'all's off, and I even talked about it before before the game commenced. That look, this is the time for y'all to get y'all's up because God knows you playing a defense that's the worst in the league right now. So if there's a game to get right for the Chiefs offense, that was the game. Just don't use this as a barometer to say, hey, the Chiefs offense, we
Yeah, I
good
mean,
now. Like
yeah.
the Chargers better watch out now. Like I'm seeing all this stuff because they lost to the Giants. And yes, that is a big deal. But hey, look, wait a few more
Yeah,
weeks
but I
and
ain't
then
necessarily going. But
we'll get it.
I ain't necessarily going to let you jack that though, because I know what the stats say about the Baltimore Ravens right now. I get that. I get what they say, but the Baltimore Ravens coming into this season are still the Baltimore Ravens coming into this season. So
Sure.
like
Cachet, sure.
yeah. So like Ravens get a little healthier, and maybe we talking about this defense being, back to some sort of normalcy, if you will.
It's
If
gonna
you
take more than
just
health.
no, I get that. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that if you're a Baltimore Ravens fan, if you're a football watcher of the Baltimore Ravens, they deserve that grace
The benefit of the doubt.
to put it
Sure.
together once they get healthy. You know what I'm
Sure.
saying?
Sure.
So if you're the
I
Kansas
got
City
you.
Chiefs going into week 5 or week 4, I'm sorry, and you look at them and say, "Hey, well, look, the Chiefs know they got to wake up for this game, and the Baltimore Ravens know they got to wake up for this game. Maybe they play inspired football and they play,
Yeah.
so maybe we were just that good in this
Yeah.
game because we knew what Baltimore was going to try to bring, and we knew what we needed to bring, to win this game. So I'm
Yeah.
not going to necessarily. I'm with you that the Baltimore defense is trash, but I'm
Yeah.
not with you in this sense. Like a Chiefs fan in the end of September should be allowed to rejoice because we are going to grant the Ravens a little grace after 3 weeks of football.
I got you. I got you there.
Yeah,
In
so so
terms of
I
in terms of grace, yes. But to say, because look, there was a lot of doubt the first couple of weeks with this Chiefs team. There was a lot of, combined with what the Chargers was doing, 3 division wins on their resume. The Chiefs, being 0-2 and then struggling with the Giants. There was a lot of conversation about the doubt of the Chiefs team. I think you and I know that the Chiefs deserved the benefit of the doubt even after that point. Like even despite what the Chargers was doing, and the Chargers are off to a great start, even with the with the upset loss on
mm-hmm,
Sunday.
mm-hmm.
But I would just say, hey, we giving y'all the benefit of the doubt, but just offensively, hey, just enjoy that y'all got the 37 on us,
And half
but
the
I
and
don't
half of the
know.
Chiefs started off slow for the past 2 years too.
Yes they have. Yes they have. As a team though, like
Yeah.
as an overall team, yes they have. They started off slow offensively, just specifically with the offense. I don't know that they put up 37, you know, within the next several weeks.
Yeah.
I know they got the Cowboys on Thanksgiving, so maybe that'll be another opportunity for them to put up 40 plus. But I think these coming weeks, I think it's going to be another one of those, hey, Mahomes, you got to save us, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 5, and you running for the first down. It's gonna be those types of games. It's gonna be those types of close wins moving forward for Kansas City in my book.
Yeah.
But to get
Yeah.
back to Tyreek Hill, so there's speculation that as they're taking him, they put the cast on his leg and they're, putting him in the ambulance to the hospital. There were cameras showing that, like, alluding to him being excited about his season being over. I guess that's what people kind of took because of the whole Miami, season situation, 0-3, and it's like the season's going nowhere. The coach might get fired and all that stuff.
And then they did end up winning last night, correct?
And they did win. They beat the Jets last night.
Yeah.
Yes. The Jets kind of, put a hand in that, but the Dolphins looked a little bit better last night. But people were saying, like, he had a smile on his face on the cart, had a smile on his face as he was being hauled away in the ambulance. And it's so weird because there was a camera that somebody's dashboard that was actually following the ambulance with Tyreek Hill in it to the hospital, which I think is kind of creepy. But but people are speculating that Tyreek Hill was ecstatic that he got it, or maybe not that he got injured, but that the season for him is over and he doesn't have to deal with what's down the road for the rest of this season for the Dolphins.
I don't know what's on Tyreek Hill's mind, and I've never broken a bone in my life. It's hard for me to believe that your mind went to, yay, I don't have to play football anymore this year. When your leg is fucking, like
hanging on.
Yeah, like
kneecap all on the side and
some
stuff.
things are just fucking logical, right? Like,
Yeah.
bro, your leg is mangled up, and you got time to be thinking about, oh man, well, I guess I ain't got to play no football this year. Like, nah, nah, man, come on, man, find something better to think about, man. People are gonna, spectators and fans are gonna be spectators and fans, but that makes that makes no fucking logical sense to me. Now, I would have to hear that from Tyreek Hill's mouth that he's like, yo, the only thing I can think about is, damn, that's what's up. I ain't got to play no more motherfucking football this year, and I'm getting paid. I can't fathom. He'd have to tell
that
me
part. Well, the money part, maybe, but
it's no way he was thinking that in the ambulance. Is my point.
Yeah, no, I got you. It was just the whole, like, oh, he's smiling, being caught off the field and stuff.
Cut that shit out. Cut all, like, look, everybody needs a
Which
story,
he was,
right?
by the way. Which he was.
I'm sure he was
smiling,
smiling.
by the way.
I'm not denying the smile. I'm denying the thought or the inference that he was happy, that he was smiling because he don't got to play football for the Miami Dolphins for the rest of the year.
And I get why folks would come up with something like that, because an injury like that, the first thing you see guys do, they cover their face, they're crying, they got all kinds of thoughts in their head and stuff like that. So I can kind of understand the speculation point of it, but I don't think it's to that degree that a dude is ecstatic that his season's over. Like,
niggas laugh to keep from crying, bro.
I just don't do that. So yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I'm not jacking that. Tyreek Hill would have to come on this podcast and tell me personally, like, yeah, bro, I was happy. I was just thank God I ain't had to play for this bum ass team no more this year. He'd had to come on this podcast and say that.
Yeah, and that's all he do it.
And that's all he had to say. He can come on here and be like, what's up, y'all? What's up? Glad to be on the show. Hey, no need to ask me the question. I'm here to tell you. The thing that was on my mind was thank God I ain't got to play for this bum ass team no more. Peace. And then get off the line.
You know what I would tell Tyreek Hill? We believe you 100%.
I wouldn't tell him nothing. I'd be like, all right, bet. Appreciate you. Thank you for spending 30 seconds. Thank you for spending 30 seconds on the show. We
need Tyreek Hill more than 30 seconds on the show now.
No, I'm just saying if that's all he gave us, I'd be appreciative of that. And, hey, tell me that and get the fuck off and get off, and I'd be like, yo, All right, that's what's up. That's the only way I would believe it. That's the only way I would believe these speculations that are being made by fans and beat writers trying to get clicks.
Mm-hmm.
Cause that's what it is.
Clickbait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Nah,
100%.
absolutely. All right, let's get into these picks, man. It's week 5 in the NFL. Thursday night, we got a pretty good matchup, man. 49ers, Rams, division rival. 49ers coming off of an L to
Yep.
Jacksonville.
Yep.
I'm sure you saw the back and forth between Salah and Coach Cohen
Coach.
the Jags.
They should let him scrap.
Yeah, I know. Hey,
Man.
I say this though. Robert Salah looked like he'll fold that dude, yo.
Yeah,
He look like he gonna fold that dude.
Yeah, I ain't never.
I don't know that Liam wants to smoke with him.
Let me see a good coach scrap.
Word.
Nah, but
who you got, bro?
Give me the Rams.
Yeah, I'll take the Rams too. And like we talked about, the Niners just got some injuries, and Brock Purdy came back, but he didn't look as great. And Nick Bosa's out for the season. So
get well.
London game, another one of these games. Vikings taking on the Cleveland Browns. It's no contest here. It's Minnesota, even with a very questionable Carson Wentz. I'm taking the Vikings.
Yeah, and Dylan Gabriel starting.
Oh, is that confirmed?
No, but he probably is going to start.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, give me Minnesota.
All right. I swear, sports hates me this time. I swear.
Hey man.
Yankees lost. They dropped game 1. All right. I'm picking the Ravens to beat the Texans.
I'm feeling froggy. Give me the Texans.
Of course you are. Panthers hosting the Dolphins without Tyreek Hill. This is at home in Carolina. I'm gonna go with the Panthers, man.
I'll take the Panthers.
All right. Raiders. Raiders look bad, man.
Yeah, give me the Colts.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah,
give me the Colts.
Lie, bro.
The Colts. I mean, it's just worth noticing that they are building a little quiet, good season right now.
Yeah, good game against the Rams.
Yeah, I'm not ready to say they for real yet, or they, even though it's looking like, they don't obviously on top. They on top of the South, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I get it, all the things, but I'm not ready to go ahead and say this team is for real. I'm
for real to do what though? Like we gotta to win the AFC South, because I think they're for real to win the AFC South.
I respect that. I'm not there yet.
Okay.
I'm not there yet.
That's what's up. But you and I, we got the Colts on that one. Giants over the Saints. We don't need to rap about that. Cowboys over the Jets. I don't think we need to pontificate any further than that. This is a good matchup right here. Broncos and the Eagles. I think this is going to be a test for the Philly Eagles right here.
I think
but I'm gonna take the Eagles at home.
I'm gonna take the Eagles too, because I won't make this a conversation, but I'll say this. I won't say I'm concerned about Bo Nix, but I don't know. Like, is he going to take the step? That's what I want to know.
Yeah,
but I'm taking the Eagles for certain.
No doubt. Let's see. Arizona hosting the Texans.
Arizona.
It looked bad with Tennessee. Look, I don't know.
They gotta win a game. You're gonna say they gotta win a game sometime.
This has upset written all over it for me. Look, nice comeback by the Cardinals against Seattle last week. But Arizona don't look all that great to me.
Sure.
I'm gonna go upset. Upset. Titans get their first win of the season on Sunday.
Say less.
This is a good game too. Bucks at the Seahawks.
I'm going to take Seattle.
You want to take Seattle? I'll take the Bucks. And if I remember, our guy Bonner, who was on with us, the Seahawk fan, said that this was the game where both teams are going to wear their throwback jerseys.
Throwbacks, yeah.
Yep. Yep. So that's gonna be dope. Lions in Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. I am taking the Lions to
Yeah,
whoop that ass on
yeah,
Sunday.
yeah,
It's gonna be bad, bro. It's gonna be a
yeah.
bad one.
That's gonna be bad.
Um, Commanders at the Chargers.
Give me the Chargers.
Okay. I will take the Chargers too.
Yeah,
I will acknowledge that Mariota has played a couple of very good games. It wasn't his best outing in Atlanta on Sunday, but he's filled in pretty well for
yeah. No shade
Jaden
to him.
Daniels.
It's just not Jaden Daniels.
Yep.
That's
Right.
it.
Yeah.
That's all. It's
Exactly.
just not Jaden Daniels.
Exactly. But I think it's safe to say he's one of the better backup quarterbacks
Yeah,
in this league right now.
he found a system that works for him. I agree
No
100%.
doubt. No doubt. No doubt. Patriots taking on the Bills. This looks like another massacre to me also.
Yeah,
I will take the Bills at home.
I will take the Bills.
Yep, yep. And then another great game, I think. I
Another
think
good
this is going to
game.
turn out to be a good one. And let's
Hmm.
acknowledge Jacksonville and what they're doing. They're 3-1, tied with the Colts at the top of the South. Um, Travis Etienne is a top 5 back statistically. They running him. I mean, they giving him the rock and he's doing things with it. I'm gonna take the Jags. I'm gonna take the Jags at home over the
No.
Chiefs. And this is not because they whooped the Ravens' ass or anything like that. I'm just looking at matchup for matchup. I think the Jags got something here. They got something going, man. I'll take them at home. I think it'll be a close game, though. I don't think it's going
I
to be a
got
runaway on either side.
Yeah, close game. I'm going to take the Chiefs. If you're saying if you can agree that it's going to be a close game, then I'm going to take the Chiefs. The Chiefs do have done this a million times. Jaguars, while they're having a great season, shout out to them.
Yep,
We're talking about the class of the AFC.
yep,
Give me the
yep,
Chiefs.
yep. No doubt, no doubt. Quick shout out to my guy Keontae Pays and Plays podcast right there. He seems to think that the Titans could pull this upset off as well. We'll see what happens there, but it's got upset written all over that one for sure. Um, big thanks to everybody tuning in this evening. Whether you're watching us on our Facebook Live feed, whether you're watching us on YouTube, on Twitch, on Twitter, and on Instagram. Big shout out to our guy Hytham, joining us in the
What up, my
Instagram
boy?
live chat.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for sure. And my guy Loose Neck Jag in the IG live chat as well. So appreciate y'all tuning in on the live feed here. Continue to follow us on our socials, on Twitter at Barbershop SPOR2, also on the gram at Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. If you got questions, comments, just hit us up through email at barbershopsportstalk1@gmail.com. And I don't want to forget this real quick because we still got some of these hats that's on sale here. $40 for the New Era snapback hats with the gray and the black netting on it. And then we got the red, white, and blue joints right here. $35 for those. If you guys are interested, just scan the QR code and just make your purchase. We'll get you a hat out there in no time. So, hey man, it's a good week. Looking forward to the next one.
Yes,
I
sir.
don't know what these I don't know what my teams are gonna bring me at this point, but one thing for certain, and I think you mentioned it last week. It's always fun doing this podcast. That's the one
Man.
thing I could say is that it's always fun doing this. So love, peace, and happiness to everybody out there. Enjoy the week. We'll be back next week with another hot one. And as always, folks, mind your damn business.
Drink some water.
Oh yeah, we got him. Trey, Frazier, and Maestro styles, we got one. Right back like we left something. We don't duck smoke, we want all of it. So line them up, Trey sharp with the blade, we sizing it up. I'm quick to catch the fade, Styles making the cut. Cause we coming out clean every time that we showing up.
It's gonna be called The Barbershop.